Hi, welcome back, beautiful, beloved souls. My name is Gem Stone, and I'm a psychic medium and I'm an author. And this channel is mainly commentaries. Occasionally I will do a PowerPoint, but I don't fit a particular niche. I look at anything and everything to do with life and death through a lens. And today I just thought I'm going to talk about gratitude, being grateful. What does being grateful mean? It means being thankful for what you have, for what you are, for what you've done, for where you are, what you've got. Being, accepting that and saying thank you for those things. And I think that's very important. First, before I get into my list of gratitude for what I am grateful, isn't it so easy to vibrate at a lower frequency and start whinging for things that we don't have? Like, at the moment, I nearly had a mental meltdown because the last week has been really hard for me. I'm still not well, and I've been chasing my doctor back and forth, and I can't get in to see her for 3 weeks. And I've turned it into a very negative thing, and other things happened. My internet dropped out, my password didn't work, and everything just was like roller coasting. And I found like my life is very quiet, and when it's not quiet, there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of things happening, and I'll go to this panic stage. Instead, I could have turned it into, say, gratitude. Well, at least, so for example, instead of being negative, that the fact that, yes, I need a blood test now, and I do. The one doctor said I need to see the doctor within a week. Well, I can't get in for 3 weeks. And instead of, being angry about that, at least I get to see a doctor. And most of the time it's bulk billed, which means I'm not out of pocket. And when I see her, yeah, she's distracted, but she's caring, and it could be worse. So before I get into my gratitude, my big long list, I also want to say sometimes I'll make a video and I'll talk about how hard it is being a small channel when you're authentic and you're not, there's big channels out there who attract thousands of viewers because they critique, for want of a better word, other videos on TikTok, and also sometimes a lot of content that is clickbait is from a very fearful perspective. So if they write a fearful headline, it will attract thousands, tens of thousands of views. And instead of trying to fight the system, what about turning it around and saying, well, if I get 1 view, I'm heard, I'm grateful. I've got over 600 subscribers, and this channel didn't start like that. It didn't start how far it's come. It started at a place where my husband was in hospital dying, and I was still a drug addict, and I got on here to follow a narcissist person. So I wasn't planning at that time to turn it into anything. So to get over 600 subscribers, instead of, this need of saying, oh, I've got to hit 1,000, be grateful for the fact that I've got that many. So before I give you my list of being grateful and telling you how previously I was ungrateful, so not appreciating my situation, I want to first say to anyone who's watching this and to all my subscribers, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Yes, so I'm just going to tell you the negative gem versus the positive gem. So I've been dealing with another situation. I've just described that my health isn't the best, but I'm alive. Be grateful. There's people who are in a terrible situation. Least I can get here and, put a video together. Be grateful. Be grateful I've got I can see. Yeah, I might have to wear glasses, but I can see, I can talk, I can speak, I can listen, I can touch. I may experience pain, but I'm alive, and there's so much to be alive to appreciate. I've got a dog that loves me. I've got family that cares for me. I've got a few very close friends who will do anything for me, that all tell me that I'm a really nice person. But there's another situation going on. I live in Department of Housing and I'm allowed 2 bedrooms. I took this 1 bedroom to be closer to my family. My family has moved on, so I'm constantly harassing Department of Housing. I put a transfer in 5 years ago and it's not going anywhere. And instead of getting angry, why not, Jem? Be grateful. I've got a roof over my head. I've got beautiful things. Yes, I struggle, but at least, we whinge about money, but look at it this way. I get paid a disability pension. A couple of 100 years ago, or even 100 years ago, there wasn't that around. So I would have had to, I don't know what, to try to make a living. Probably gone to a factory, probably been on, you name it, I've probably been, in a very risky situation trying to make money. So what I am saying is, instead of whinging of what we don't have, why don't we count our blessings? So yes, rent and everything is it's getting ridiculous. It's getting unaffordable. Groceries is getting ridiculous prices. But at least we get food. At least I can buy food. My diet might not be the best, but at least I can eat. I'm not homeless. I've got a shelter. I've got a bed that I can put my head, lie down in every night. I also suffer really bad from sleep apnea, and my CPAP machine was given to me by the hospital for free as long as I use it all the time. So what I am trying to say is, let's stop when we start, asking and looking. We want more, trying to get more, and getting angry and upset because we can't have that, because it's out of our reach. I think that tends to bring our vibrations low. But if we start to say to the universe, well, yes, I live alone. Yes, I don't see many people, but I've got all my limbs. I'm alive. I've got a dog, like I said, and I really, when it comes to it, I can't afford fast foods. I can't afford to lash out and buy things, but I'm comfortable. And, these are hard times we're living in, but to be grateful, count your blessings. And when we start to say, thank you for what I've got, thank you for these things, we start to shift. And when we start to shift those vibrations, maybe those things that we previously were so angry because we couldn't get, maybe they just come a little bit closer because we're grateful for what we have already. And when we're grateful for what we have already, then the next step is we will be grateful for getting more. And I don't mean to sound like I am preaching. I am not. The other thing that I hear a lot about is about how AI is going to make our world terrible. And instead of being grateful, for example, ChatGPT saves a lot of time. And what I'm trying to say is, why do we always look for the negative in the situation instead of embracing the positive? AI could be used in a good way. If AI is our mirror, remember what we put out into the world. What we project into the world is what we attract. So, if we are going to attract that AI is going to be our doomsday, it will be doomsday. But I'm a little bit off the topic. What I'm trying to say is, let's stop wanting more. Don't get me wrong, it's okay to want better. It's okay to want something. It's okay for me to say, I'm entitled to 2 bedrooms, but I've got a home and I'm grateful. So instead of getting angry, say instead to housing, thank you for providing me with a house, and I really appreciate your support. Can you please help me get my next bedroom, my next 2-bedroom place? I think when we come from a place of appreciation and count our blessings, like I said, not only are we vibrating at a higher frequency, but we're going to attract plenty. So basically, what it really is stop looking at your cup half empty and seeing that the cup is half full. And when you always see it as half full, it will never be empty. Thanks for watching, guys. Yes, please drop a comment below. Let me know 3 things that you are grateful for. And yes, we are living in times Maybe there will be a war. Maybe there'll be an earthquake. Maybe there'll be a disaster. And I think those things teach us to appreciate what we have. So drop a comment. What are things that you appreciate in your life? Can I ask that you do comments with respect, please? And please be kind to yourselves. Take care of each other and count your blessings that you've got someone. All right, cherish every moment. Love, light, and blessings. And let's all together aim to vibrate at a higher frequency. When the collective vibrates at a higher frequency is when we next take that quantum leap into being better evolved species. Bye.